Nostalgic old pie made. Mushy peas, mint sauce, brown sauce, suet pastry, a nice meat filling. What more could you want? Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're going to make an old-fashioned pastry, a classic which people don't use and make anymore. Why? I have no idea, because we still use fats and shortenings and things in pastry. But you know, olden days, suet pastry. We're going to make a mince beef and onion pie with a suet crust. Let's show you how to do it right now. Okay, in this bowl, self-raising flour. Common ingredient for suet in the UK is a tora. A tora normally comes in little shredded bits, you know, but out here we buy it, it's been shipped here, it comes in a lump because it's all stuck together. So what we need to do is get our tora in there, and it's a straightforward pastry mix. We're just going to breadcrumbs. Now this is self-raising flour, and if you live in a country where self-raising flour is ridiculously expensive or hard to get, there is a link on the channel right now how to make it. It is really easy, no hassle, works every time, simple. So it's just the normal breadcrumbs, lift and rub. Okay, there's our pastry made. Look, lovely light breadcrumb consistency. It's as easy as that. No point dirty in a food processor. Okay, now we need to bring this together as a pastry. Cold water, I've got about 120 mils here actually, but we're going to chuck half of it in, and we're just going to mix that in there, and then we'll add the other half. We'll probably have to add some more water to bring it together. We will see. Let's have that brought together, see what it looks like. Now, when you're making suet pastry, you don't want a thick, globby, gloopy mess. You want it nice and light. Else you're just completely wasting the time of using self-raising flour. I mean, this is an old-fashioned style pastry, which people just don't use anymore. And it is a fantastic pastry. Fantastic. I'm afraid with this one, this type of suet is a beef suet, you know, but you can get vegetable suet. I think that's why the majority of people have shied away from it, because it's a beef suet. Everybody's gone politically, I want to use some weird oil or butter without any fats in. You know, I think that's about got it with just that amount of water. I don't think we need to add any more. It's a little bit crumbly, but I think that'll work in our favour. Yes, I do. Okay, let's bring that together, and then we're going to put that in some cling film and stick it in the fridge. We'll take some cling film, whiz your cling film out like that. Now the pastry I'm going to divide into two. And there, just squash it down a little bit. Now I always, it's just habit of over the years, make my pastry into a disc shape to start off with. Just easier when it comes round to rolling, you know. So there's one. Now this is only going to be cooling in the fridge while we make our filling for the pie. So it's not going to take too long. So there's our 2 bits of pastry. Let's get it in the fridge. Okay, our filling then has got to be the easiest filling in the world for this. We just want some onion. Fine dice the onion. Oi! Fine dice the onion and stick with the mince in a pan. So we've got some garlic, we've got an onion. We're just going to give that a little squash on that garlic. Give it a little squash down. And then a little whiz over. We're not making a big deal out of mincing up this garlic. You know, you can take it down as much as you want. You can use a garlic crusher, up to you. We're not bothered about that. We're going to get those lovely bits of garlic in our mince. One side. Onion. As you know, onions made up of segments. None of that stupid cutting back to your hand. Nice and gently. And we have lovely segmented onion. That's our veggies, one side. Now this is the usual, very quick, easy pie mix. Bit of oil, flame on. Okay, in there, onions and garlic. Are we bothered about stirring them around and making them translucent before putting the meat in? No. Meat in. Start breaking your meat down in there with your onions. Start cooking your meat. Tiny pinch of salt. Black pepper. Now I like pepper in my pies, as you all know. Just stir that in there. Work it in. Break your meat up as we go. It's all going to cook together. You know, I really don't understand why people want to cook all the onions out before putting the meat in. A good pinch of thyme. You know, and there's many schools of thought about when to put dry herbs into things. But I like to try and get my dry herbs in as quick as possible. They rehydrate in there, giving out the flavour. You get the most of it. Everybody cooks different. Okay, in here I have a tablespoon of gravy powder. Now I'm using Knorr. Use any you like. I'm going in there with a little bit of boiling water. About that much. And we're going to give it a mix. Mix it up. Now that is going to be our gravy inside our pie. This is a quick way. We're not messing around. Maybe there's a little bit more water. This is a quick way. We're not messing around with flour and things like that. This will be sufficient in there with our meat. There we go. Fantastic. Just break up your clumps of your beef mince as we're cooking through there. Nice and easy. If it gets a bit of colour, so be it. And as you can see, this was frozen beef. Look at the water. In there, a good splash of Worcester sauce. A good tablespoon actually. A little stir through there. Nice and steady. Tomato puree, at least a tablespoon in there. Little stir in, work it in there. You know, the tomato puree actually adds a fantastic depth of flavour in a pie. For all those people that miss it out, that's entirely up to you. Can you use ketchup? Yes, you can. You can put ketchup in. You can't tell the difference when it's cooked, as long as you don't overpower it with ketchup. Now, if you like your Vegemite or your Marmite, you can put a tablespoon in now, stir it all through, add your gravy. It gives a fantastic depth of flavour in there. It's superb. Again, that's up to you. It's like using a really high quality condensed beef mix. It's superb. Even if you use the Vegemite, you know, it still gives that full body flavour in there. In fact, now I've said that, we're going to do it. Okay, back with some Vegemite. Oh, there we go. In it goes. That is superb. All that yeast extract. Whatever they put in that Vegemite or Marmite is delicious, and you know it's good for you. We are going in there with our gravy. Give it a mix in. So that's our mince and onion filling. We just need to cook it down now until it gets a bit thicker. We don't want a full runny mince and onion. However, we're making a pastry top, so we don't want this too dry either. It was going to be mince and onion. I've decided to change my mind. I'm going in the freezer. We'll get some frozen veg. Good old Tally's frozen vegetables. We'll have some of that in there. Don't worry about the bits of ice. It's all going to melt. Nice gentle stir through. That's better. There's a little bit of something in there now. Could probably go more veg than that as well, actually. Nice little turnover in there, look. Just keep it moving a little bit. Flame off. That's it. Mix made. We don't have to worry about that, and we'll crack on and make the pies. There's our pastry out of the fridge. Our mix has cooled down. Now, the thing with this pie, it is an open pie, if you like. We're just going to roll the pastry out, and we're going to put the pastry over the top of the filling. It is a bit cool, it could crack, but we'll just work the pastry. We want the pastry to fit the top of the pie. Tin down. Just come a little bit wider than the tin. That's it. That is one pastry top. Take your pastry, let's have it rolled out again. Same again, tin down, and let's just come round that tin. Two pastry lids, two tins. We got our mix, and all we're going to do is put some of our mix in our tins. Now we want to pack it in, but we do not want to come up too high on the tin. We want the pastry just to sit inside the lip. Squash it down, put a bit of a raise on it if you can, like that, so that it's raised up a little bit in the middle. So get that one squashed in. Just put that to one side. Pastry lid. Take something that's round and take out the middle. Do that on both. That's our air vent. Take your pie, take your pastry and shove it inside. And then we're going to take some milk wash and we're just going to give it a rub over with some milk. Now you can egg wash it if you so wish, but the milk wash is going to give it a nice light pastry colour. Now with these pies, what you could do, you could put the pastry all over the side of the tin if you so wish. It's not worth it because we're going to have to take the lid off, tip the filling out, put the pastry back on top. So we just need to shove those in the oven now to cook. Now I'm using this oven as per usual. So we want the tray out and we're going to put those on the tray. On the tray in the oven. Oven on. We're going for a temperature of 180 for about 25 minutes. So just turn it on, turn down the temperature to 180, set the time about 25 minutes. That's it, leave it, cook it. Okay, we're on end hot, let's get that out of there. Those pies will definitely be done. Oh, presentation, $1 million. There we are, look at that, superb. You know, our meat filling inside's already cooked, we already know that. All we had to do was cook the pastry on the top. So all we're going to do now is let it cool down a little minute and we turn it out onto our plate and put the pastry back on the top. Now you could serve it up like that on your plate if you wanted and just eat out the dish. But you know, it looks as ugly as hell. So we're not going to do that. We're going to serve it up with some mushy peas. So we'll just give it 5 minutes to cool down a little minute so we can turn it out. Now the way to serve this up, you've got to get that pastry top off there. So all you need to do is lift. That's going to come off there. Just turn it over. And then what we need to do is get that pie filling onto that plate and then put the pastry top back on. You can do it like that if you so wish, which I'm going to do because it's absolutely red hot. Now normally I'd wait for it to cool. Take our pastry lid, put it back on there, and we are going to serve that with some mushies. Now that looks absolutely superb. Oh, come on. There's nostalgia right there. Suet pastry, old-fashioned, traditional type pastry which has been forgotten and not used anymore. Oh, why? So we want a little bit of mint sauce on those peas. Oh, awesome. A little bit of brown. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Let's get into this pastry. Come on, I mean, look at that. That is good old-fashioned suet pastry. That is real pastry from the olden days. That has a flavour profile of its own. That is absolutely superb. That is incredible. And obviously we know what the meat filling's like. Apart from it being really hot. That is amazing. Nostalgic old pie made. Mushy peas, mint sauce, brown sauce, suet pastry, a nice meat filling. What more could you want? If you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe. Share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. Catch you in the next video.